for disturbances and get the due compensation to which the victims...
Yay! Oh. Right, I'm just trying to get the microphone working for the audio, but it's not working for some reason. Ah, there it is. Right. Right. Hello and welcome to jasonnewland.com. I'll get rid of these headphones. Hey! So this is a live broadcast on Facebook. I'm trying to juggle a few different things here. When I cough, I will edit it out of the audio. But I'm going to try and see if I can get Facebook so I can then actually see. Oh. Not now, okay. Oh, update, yeah, good. So yeah, I'm on Facebook now, which means I'll be able to see what is being said on here if I can actually get my own pace, my own thing up. There we go. Yeah, here we are. So Nick says hello. Hello, Nick. So I did have 5 people listening. Now I've got 3. Isn't it exciting? So I don't normally do. If I turn this telly off, the light's shining on me. It's a little bit, yeah, but guys, it's a little bit frustrating. It's a juggle. It really is a juggle to get everything working at the same time. So I've got the video with the microphone thing set up. I've got the microphone for the iPad, so I can record this for my podcast. and I've got the, so I can't use the phone because it's being used, and I've got the, so I might move this a little bit. Is that a bit better? I don't know. Hello. So I've got the tablet, so I can actually see what people have written or what people have said. Wow. So I should do the introduction, proper introduction. Hello and welcome to jasonnewland.com. My name is Jason Newland and this is Let Me Bore You to Sleep. Please only listen when you can safely close your eyes. And for some reason, it's okay, I could watch it live, it's just a picture though. This is number 568, Let Me Bore You to Sleep, live on Facebook. So it's the 27th of, what's it, isn't it today? I think. So if I just... So Boston Chicky says hi Jay. Hiya. Hi Boston. Hi Nick. Hi Nadia. Nadia says hello as well. Oh. It takes a while for it to be on the screen. That makes sense. My glasses were a bit shiny. Actually it's this screen. So if I move this off, it's less, bit less bright. As long as the app's still working. Yeah, it seems to be. That's it, good. I don't know what to say now. What do I normally say? Yeah. Nerves, I'm coughing. Stage fright, in it. Andre's in the background with his slipper girlfriend. I want to do a video one day. I want to just have this bowl, a clear, white, clear, see-through bowl of water, and just put it in front of the camera and dip just a little bit of that slipper into that water. And you'll be able to watch as the water turns brown, like instantly, just a tiny little bit of the slipper, and you'll be able to see the brown water dripping into it. Seriously. So I wonder why this doesn't update itself. So Ben says hi. I did have a few Christmas messages, so I should read them out really and say I didn't reply. I didn't go back onto Facebook to look. Cindy says thank you for putting me to sleep every night. So I'm gonna do a love there. Jenny says all the best, Jason and Andre. So do a love. Sheila says Merry Christmas. And there's a picture of Santa with a sock on his head. Yannicka says Merry Christmas. Karen says hope you've had a great day. So I'll say I'm just going to put love hearts for everyone. Ines Frohi Wichenchen. Okay, let's see translation. Merry Christmas. Why didn't you just write Merry Christmas then? Eh? Merry Christmas to you, Ines. John Kelly, Merry Christmas. Back to you. Darlene, Merry Christmas. Back to you. Angie, Merry Christmas. Back to you. Kissy, Merry Christmas. Back to you. Angie, Merry Christmas, back to you. Kerry Berry, Merry Christmas, thank you. Tina, Merry Christmas. John, Merry Christmas, thank you. Carlin, Merry Christmas to both of us, thank you. Hannah Baxter, Merry Christmas, Happy Christmas. Thank you very much, all of you. That was it. So, got no other messages to read out. Ben wants to know how my Christmas was, or how was yours and Andre's Christmas? Shite is the word. Boston says, I didn't wish you a Merry Christmas because I'm a neglectful friend. Yes, Boston. I mean, I'd understand it if you had a family and children to... Oh, wait a minute, you do. Of course you... I don't expect anyone to wish me a Merry Christmas. I don't even like Christmas, but I have to kind of put a Merry Christmas thing on Facebook. It's just like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, but I haven't gone on everyone else's Facebook page and wished them a Happy Christmas and stuff, because it'd take forever. It's like on my birthday when sometimes I'll get so many happy birthday wishes that I literally can't reply to them all, because it would take all day. And that seems to be a bit of a waste of a birthday in a way. So I try to reply, but I have to do it in bits. Take a shift here and there. I'm very shifty. So, yeah, so hello everyone, those that are here. I am recording this on my podcast, for my podcast. So, any particular loud sounds will be edited. I'm hoping there won't be much, but there might be a few background sounds, bit of music from downstairs, possibly, and it don't matter. Really, it's not loud. It's too loud for me to make a hypnosis session, but it's okay for these, I would say. In fact, no. It's much easier to do these recordings when there's no one watching me. In a way, it might sound weird, but I'm almost camera shy now compared to how I used to be. I used to love the camera. Camera never loved me, but I used to have fun on the camera. But yeah, not so much. I'm thinking possibly of doing more sessions. Boston Chicky says, just pretend I'm not watching. Actually, to be fair, Mrs. Boston Chicky, you're probably one of the people that I wouldn't feel nervous talking on video to, because I've talked on video to you, or you've seen my videos right from 2011, 2010, 2011, something like that. So it's 10 years, and we've spoken on Facebook, we've spoken on Skype, so I wouldn't feel nervous with you so much. But some people that I think that only know me from the voice and are used to hearing me and falling asleep listening to me. But once they see me on a video, they might think, oh, let's have a see what this man looks like. Now they're going to be sitting in bed all hot and flustered and horny, because they'll just be It's oh dear. No, it just might be weird because the voice doesn't always match the the face. I think I've got a good face for radio. I think I'm got a good face for radio. I hope the podcast works okay. You know, part of the reason I'm doing this live is because when I make a video, like I'm a video, the processing, the editing, all that stuff takes so long, and the file is so large, it's practically impossible to upload to YouTube. So what I'm doing now is I'm thinking I might change. If I do live stuff, make the video live, it uploads onto Facebook automatically at the end, as well as streaming. And I won't get many people watching while it's live. And even after it's live, when it's like up here, compared to the amount of people that will listen, the video will only get a tiny fraction of the views compared to the listeners. So I won't get thousands of listens, but I'll get thousands of video views, but I'll get thousands of listens possibly. So it might be easier to do it this way, and then if I can download the video and then share it onto YouTube, it might make it a little bit easier. I hope that makes sense. Is the sound loud enough, by the way? Just out of interest, because I'm using my new microphone. I can't show it to you really, can I? Because it's all set up, but it's basically, it's on a stand. You can get the stands anywhere really, but the microphone, you can hear it fine. Cool. Thanks, Ben. The microphone, there's a thing, and Boston says the sound is good. That's cool. It should be £168, I think that cost me, that microphone. So the microphone, the iPad, the iPhone rather, goes into the thing, and it's specifically for an iPhone as well. And then the microphone is on top, and it's more than an arm length away from me as well, so it's not really close. But the microphone isn't very good for recording audio. It is more for video, which is annoying. So I use this. I don't know if you can see, it's a Rode microphone when I make the podcasts. So I've got the Rode set up. I don't want to move anything in case it disconnects. But I've got the microphone stand, the microphone, the pop filter thing in front of it. There's a Scarlett monitor thing which connects the microphone, and then another connection which connects into the iPad. And I'm using software on the iPad to record the audio. And then I use that to edit the audio after the recording's finished. And then I upload it to the Spreaker podcast. So there's quite a lot involved. It's not, in a way, if everything was live, so let's say if I can't stream live on YouTube. My account won't allow it. I'm not really sure why. It's either I haven't got enough views or I haven't got enough subscribers or something. If I could stream directly to YouTube, then that would probably be a better for me, in a way. And nothing really. I just think that would probably be more ideal, because although I've got, let's say 4,000 friends on Facebook, not all of those people want to watch me on video or listen to my recordings. On YouTube, all of your subscribers on YouTube have subscribed, I assume, because they like the content of the videos, so they want to watch more videos. To me, that makes sense. So being directly on YouTube makes sense. But I've taken off all of my podcasts from YouTube. All the ones that I've just done, the audio podcast, shared it onto YouTube, and they don't get many listens. But if I make a video, that does get watched. So a couple of weeks ago, I took all of the podcasts off, so there's not really any new stuff on there. So this will be the first thing for a while. And maybe I'll start doing more videos. But I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, when I do videos, so like this one, for example, when I post this onto YouTube, I would get quite a few comments, and people will say, "Oh, it's really good to see you," things like that. It's nice to see you again. Nice to put a face to the voice. Actually, probably not, because most people know what I look like on YouTube, won't they? Because of the face moving on videos and stuff. Yeah, but there's some people like, "Oh, good to see you again." So if you're listening on the podcast, you might want to check out a YouTube channel. If you fancy a laugh, you can get to see this baldy, because I've got quite bald at the moment. And I haven't really got a full beard. It's more like a little bum fluff kind of beard at the moment. Although I'm thinking of growing it again, but maybe not to the extent that I had before. I should say hello to Jill and Pat as well. Ben says, "I need to start watching YouTube." Yeah, you need to. You need to do that. What's wrong with you? Ben? Never really got into it. Well, you don't need to. I mean, I find myself, when I watch YouTube, so I've got YouTube on my television. Not now, but, I can waste quite a lot of time on YouTube watching absolutely nothing. And then I think, what have I done? Where have I been for the last 52.5 minutes watching stuff? And it's just non-stop adverts in the middle as well. So I find it's just every 2 minutes there's an advert. I have adverts on my podcast, and they're right at the beginning, and that's it. Done and over and done with. You can skip through them as well if you want. But on YouTube, the adverts... See, when I used to have adverts on YouTube, I'd have them on right at the beginning. And that'd be it. Because if I was doing a sleep session, I didn't want people to wake up at the end because there was an advert at the end. I definitely couldn't have them in the middle. So I'm not quite sure. I mean, you could say, obviously, well, the reason why people have so many adverts is because they can, and that's where the money is. But I think it ruins the content. If there's that many adverts, I don't know. Because the adverts aren't even placed strategically. So literally someone will be in the middle of a conversation and an advert goes on. Or I was watching a boxing the other day, and it was getting a really good bit, an advert came on. So they haven't, some of these channels haven't specifically, well, I can't use ad block on the telly because it's a Apple TV that I use. So I'm using an app on the Apple TV. So I have to use the app as it is. There's no way of blocking the app adverts. You can watch, I forget what it is, there's a way of streaming YouTube without the adverts, like on a laptop or stuff. My phone keeps auto-correcting me. Okay. Did I see a Teresa arrive? If so, please make a comment. Oi, make a comment. Hall. So, I'm glad Christmas is over. I'm glad that I don't have to wish anyone a happy Christmas anymore. Not that I didn't mind doing it, but I'm glad that it's done. And I can now I'm starting to feel more positive towards the future as we get closer to the end of the year, moving towards the beginning of a new, beautiful 2021. I hope. I hope. And trying to figure out what to do next regarding the the whole podcast stuff that I've got going on. That's why I'm thinking maybe I should make more videos, maybe I should I don't know, just trying to figure out how to do what's needed. Ultimately, I'd like to help more people along the way. I've reached, not far off 2 million downloads this year. So I don't know how many it is exactly. What's the head? So it's 1,637,343. That was at the beginning of December, so add another 150 by the end of the year. So it's 1,787. So 1,700, let's say 1.8 million, roughly. Put it a little bit less, but roughly. So I'm thinking next year I should be aiming for about 5 million downloads for next year. That seems to make sense. And then go for, I don't know, maybe 10,000 the following year. 10,000? 10 million rather. 10,000. So, days wise, it's getting, the most I've had in the last month was 9,000 in one day. So I'm averaging about 5,000 to 6,000 on an average day when I make a couple of recordings. So it really is. Let's have a look. Oh, come on, don't mess around. Don't mess around. isn't what I wanted. So today I've had 3,622 downloads so far, but it is quite early. Still like late afternoon. So still another 7 hours, 6.5, 7 hours before the stats finish for the day. But yeah, so this is what I do. See, normally I use the phone, so I'm using the tablet instead of the phone. So I've got the podcast, I'm using the phone, I'm looking at the stats, and my top podcast is Relaxation Hypnosis for Stress and Anxiety, 483,684 downloads. And the second most popular is Hypnosis for Sleeping Deeply, 477,602. And how many's Let Me Bore You to Sleep got? A lot less. I can see the number of people listening as soon as I start talking about the stats. It just goes down. I'll stop talking. Let Me Bore You to Sleep, 214,560. So each of these podcasts has its own audience, which is... it's quite cool, really. It's very different. You know, these Let Me Bore You to Sleep is very different from the Relaxation for Stress podcast. Very different from the Sleep Hypnosis Weekly. I remember someone said, why don't you put everything together? Because they're not the same audience, a different audience. It's really as simple as that. And I've had some people say, why don't you use a free podcasting service? Well, I'm using the best service there is. Spreaker for me is the best, even though it's not cheap. It costs me $120 a month to host these podcasts on Spreaker. And that's because I've got so many podcasts and because I get so many listens and streams. So that's just the way it is. There is no way around it. If I went and started... there is one podcast I could use and put everything on. There's two. Anchor. I said Anchor, Anchor. That's one podcast. Bear in mind I've used every single podcast host that there is online. Apart from maybe a few new ones that might have started over the last year or so. But all the big podcast hosts I've used sometimes for years, tested them out, and I'll give you an idea now. Things have changed, right? So if you go on our talent, okay. So on Spreaker, the cheapest one they've got is On Air Talent, £6 a month, or $6 a month, or $7 a month. $7 monthly, or $6 a month if you pay for the whole year. And with that, you can have multiple podcasts, 100-hour audio storage, unlimited listeners. Now, the unlimited listeners is something that is important. It's really important. Because I don't personally believe that someone should be... I don't know what the right word is, but penalised. Yeah, I'm going to use the word penalised. I don't think someone should be penalised for being successful or for having increased success. I'm scared of using the word successful when I sort of aim it at myself, because for me to be successful, I'd need probably 1 million downloads a day. For me, that would be success. But then that's 365 million downloads a year, and most people would never get that in reality. But, you know, superstars, really famous people might still not even get that. There's some podcasts that maybe would, but I don't know what the stats are, because they don't seem to get released. The stats of the big famous people, the big podcasts, which I'm not part of. I'm not a big podcast, but because I've got a few podcasts that are all doing fairly well, it adds up to millions, if that makes sense. So to get penalised for having success doesn't seem fair to me, personally. So with Spreaker, it doesn't penalise you for the first 3 different plans they offer. So you've got on air, $7 a month if you pay monthly. Broadcaster, $20 a month, billed monthly. And Anchorman, $50 a month, billed monthly. Now, I've gone through every single plan as I've got bigger, as the podcasts have become more popular, and I've had to move because I've run out of space. So the first one is 100-hour audio storage. And for a lot of people, 100 hours is like, wow, that's a lot. For me, it's not a lot. 100 hours, that's 100 days of doing, it's less than 100 days of doing the Let Me Bore You to Sleep, which lasts for an hour at least. So I need 306, okay, I don't do them every day sometimes, but even on a really, really lazy year, I'm going to be doing at least over 250 Let Me Bore You to Sleeps a year. So if you give me 250, 365, so that's 125 days off. 115 days off, rather. Which is not right, so probably 300 at least. 300 Let Me Bore You to Sleep recordings a year. I might count them for you. That'd be fun. So that doesn't last long for someone like me. But it lasted a while when I first started, because I used to use Spreaker in the past. I know technically everything's in the past, but I used to use Spreaker probably about 5 years ago. I discovered it, I used it, very impressed with how good they were at sharing the podcasts with the directories and, you know, the different podcast players. Excuse the foghorn outside. It's the local shouty person. So the next one is Broadcaster at $20 a month if you pay it monthly. 500-hour audio storage. And as it goes up, you could do live broadcasting. So the first one is 45 minutes, then it goes up to 3 hours, then 5 hours, and so on. I'm not sure how many hours I can do live broadcasting, but I don't really do live broadcasting at the moment. Well, I might, I know I'm doing it now, like on Facebook but not podcast. What I'd like to do, and I don't want to do any free. I'm not interested in free services or whatever. I want to do I'd like to do a proper radio show with the ability to play music, but have that all within the same system, so I don't have to play my own music, and to have everything included in the setup, including license to play music, and then go live. So almost do this, but as a radio show, but with music and a little bit of chat and stuff, and maybe do that for 3 hours a night. Just something different, something that could be fun. I wouldn't do it on video, I just do it on audio, and it'd be a radio show. But it needs to be a paid service. I'm completely through with anything that's free. I don't trust free services. They can pull the plug anytime they want, just like YouTube can. Don't rely on YouTube. I've seen people build a business, build an income, and then have it taken from them. I've had YouTube channels taken from me. No one can take my podcasts away, because I'm paying a lot of money for them. So Spreaker can't just suddenly decide, we're gonna delete some of your podcasts unless I stop paying. So that's me taking control of my own future and my own stuff. And in the event of doing a radio show, again, it wouldn't be just doing it for the hell of it, because I've got nothing else to do, because I've got plenty to do. It would be an extension of what I'm already doing. So maybe the point of it would be for relaxing, a relaxing 3 hours where we just chat. And I quite like the idea of a phone-in chat show where I could talk to people. They could tell me about what's going on with them, and I could do that on the Spreaker. Andre, will you shut your... He don't have to wind me up sometimes. He does this whenever I make a recording. If he comes anywhere close to me, I'll try and grab him and I'll pull him. In fact, pull him, that sounds bad, doesn't it? I'm going to do it anyway. So if I move this over there a little bit. Give me a second. Ooh, I hope you didn't see me bum there. Andre, little baby, where are you? I got you. Yes, I do. Ah, you little monkey. I'm not a monkey, I'm a ferret. Oh. Here's the star of the show, Andre. Hello. You give me kisses. You give me kisses. Say hello. Say hello. Say hello. Come on. Hello. Can you believe, right? I've had him he just farted. I've had him for over 5 years. Hope you haven't pooed on me. Isn't it weird when looking at a ferret's anus is just normal? I'm always kind of just making sure he's okay and that nothing's stuck there, and he's, just health-wise as well. Just make sure that everything looks okay. I'm not. I'm just going to stop talking. Can't believe I'm talking about Andre's anus. But it's just normally just checking that he's well. What's that? What's that? Come on, look that way. You're not. The back of your head is lovely, but it's not as pretty as the front of your head. Like your lovely face. Your lovely face. Look. On. Hey, hello. He's pulled back. They all saw your balls. Mwah. 5 years. We're both middle-aged men living together. Middle-aged men. Can't you just relax? Just relax. Just sit. Just relax. Just relax. So I don't even remember. Those that have watched me before, I used to make videos and sometimes he'd fall asleep. He would. You fall asleep? You fall asleep? Oh, he's sniffing me apart. He's giving me a sniff. That's what he's doing. If you see his head moving, that's all he's doing, is just sniffing. I don't know what you want to get down. I think he banged his head. Sorry, mate. Oh. So I'm just thinking about the new year. Oh, kissy Andre. He is lovely, isn't he? My little baby. I need to give you a little tour of the flat again because you haven't seen my bike, have you? I've got the bike I don't use. Yeah. I've got an exercise bike. I'm going to use it. It's just, it takes time. I'm pretty good at, I say good, I'm fairly okay at habits. Vanessa, hello from Nova Scotia, Canada. Hello, Vanessa. How are you? If I can get into a habit of doing something, whether it be smoking or drinking or doing sit-ups regularly or exercising or doing weights or making recordings, I'm kind of quite good at habitual stuff. It's not always healthy. It's just finding something healthy. And now, because I've got my bike over there, you can't see it from here, because I got my bike, let's see if I move this around a little bit. Can you see it? There you go. That's the bike, the exercise bike. I'm trying to get a good picture of it. Can you see? Yeah? Yeah, that's the exercise bike. Yeah. Oops. So I mean, to be fair, it's going to take me about 2 years to pay it off. I haven't used it. I used it twice when I first got it. And then the room was in a right mess. So I didn't have access to it because I'd been using it as a clothes hanger, clothes rack. Really, handlebars on a bike, very good for shirts and jumpers. So the room was in a mess, and then my friend gave me the settee that I'm sitting on now. So it's a recliner. It's a very old double settee, and just gave it to me. Didn't cost nothing. And because he got another one, so he wanted to replace this. He wanted to get rid of this one, so he gave it to me. I'm not really sure what the point is of this thing, but it's just, it kind of would be better if, well, not really. It's a double-seater, so I've got stuff next to me on the other seat. Books and bits and bobs, you know. By the way, apparently, close your children's ears if what I'm about to say. Apparently, a butt plug is an inappropriate Christmas gift. So I would like to make a public apology right now. A public apology to that person. Sorry, Dad. So let's have a look what other... On Spreaker there's... The next one is $50 a month. So that's a big jump from $20 to $50 on Spreaker. For me, that was like, oh, brilliant. But I got through the 500 hours quite quick. And then I had 1,500 hours available. So I thought, yeah, cool. Hi, Nadia. But then I got through that. So I had to start looking at the Enterprise, which is unlimited listeners, unlimited podcast catalogue, and is $120 billed monthly. They don't even allow you to do it yearly. It's billed monthly. So I saw something where it said for the unlimited listeners. Okay, I think they changed it because when they first had this, it said, because mine's 120, but I have a different plan. I have the original plan that they got rid of, and they've replaced it with this, the Enterprise, the real deal. They call it the real deal publisher. They said to me that I could get a reduction 33% reduction if I changed to the publisher. Still the same price monthly, but they give me a discount. But they wouldn't give me a discount on the current one I've got because it's not, that plan I've got isn't available anymore. So the discount wouldn't be valid. I had that discount for the last year. So I was paying $77 or something like that a month for a year. And then it went up to $120, which is quite a jump. Although I think it's worth it, considering the amount of listeners I'm getting, because I'll give you an idea, yeah? So, bearing in mind all the different podcasts, if you've just got one podcast, it's a little bit different. But podcast hosts, go. So Podbean, it's a pretty good one. Anchor, it's free, I think. So, oh blimey, come on. I thought there'd be a few more than that. Most popular podcast by platforms, okay. Nope, that's not it at all. Top podcasting companies. Wow. Podcast hosts. Buzzsprout. Okay, so let's go to Buzzsprout. Go away. Yeah, Buzzsprout. So I've been on Buzzsprout before, and the plans, pricing. Free. You can upload 2 hours a month for free. Hosted for 90 days and then deleted. Okay, and there's adverts on there. £12 a month. You can upload 3 hours on each month, and they're hosted indefinitely, so they stay. As long as you pay the $12 a month, then that's done. Unlimited storage. So I guess eventually, no matter how much you put on there, so you keep it for 1,000 years or whatever. Right, here we go. Shut up, Andre. $18 a month, upload 6 hours each month. I'm not do that in a day sometimes. But anyway, upload 6 hours a month. And then it says if you upload more, it's $3 per hour. Okay. Unlimited storage. Doesn't say if it's unlimited stats, unlimited storage, or podcast website. Okay. And then there's the $24 a month, 12 hours each month. 12 hours each month. £2 per hour. So those are the plans that they have, okay? So based on how many hours would I do a month? I do 12, 30, all right, yeah, 30, 60, 90, 100. probably 150 hours a month, maybe more. So that'll be $24 a month plus 150 times by $2. That's $324 a month it cost me to be with Buzzsprout. Over $300 a month. So you see how there'd be no point. Financially, it's impossible for me to be with one of these companies. And let's have a look at another one. What are you doing? Best 5. Okay. Buzzsprouts. Oh, come on. Buzzsprout. Spreaker. Huh? Spreaker comes up at number 2, or on their list. Doesn't really say it's in order, but it's saying strengths: the best recording studio of any free hosting service for podcasts. I'll go with that. External tools like podcasting software, mixers, unlimited bandwidth, live streaming, podcast monetization programs, IAB certified podcast statistics, which means when I get statistics, they're correct. So I'm with them anyway. Mind you, they're changing to Podbean. Podbean's alright. The Podbean does have, it says unlimited storage, yeah? But after a certain point, they cut you off. And I've been with them a few times, and they've got like a fair usage policy, and my prolification, if it's the right word, the amount that I produce does not fit under the fair usage with Podbean. Although Podbean are pretty good, outside of that, it would be no good for me. But ultimately, they've got, what is it? 29. Yeah, for audio, it's like $9 a month or something. Or was it $19 a month? I think it's 9, and it's unlimited storage. So I actually do have a Podbean account. Well, I did, so I don't have it at the moment, where loads of my stuff's on there. So if I reopened it or reenacted it or reaccessed it, most of my recordings would still be on there. And I was going to do that. When I was going to have it as a personal podcast where people could listen without adverts. Because although I only have adverts at the beginning of the podcast, some people don't like them, and I thought I'll do that. Have a podcast just for those that send me PayPal gifts and stuff. So after setting it all up, the thing was full of adverts. Not my adverts, but their own adverts. But more like visual adverts on the thing. I said, I don't want this. And they had their own branding. I said, I need you to remove your branding. And I need to, and they said, well, it's going to cost over $100 a month to do that. 100? I'm already, come on, this is getting expensive now. So if I did do that, I'm still thinking about doing it, but I would need to charge a basic fee monthly for subscribers. Not a lot, I mean, but just to cover the costs, so you can listen without adverts and you can have everything there to stream, just like Netflix. But everything will be there, all of my recordings, from now until the end of time. But then you just pay the $2.99 a month or something to access it. It'd be like a very small amount, and then it'll be private, so you can go on there, but you won't be able to actually stream it unless you're a member. So that's something I might do in the future, but not anytime now, because I can't even afford to get any shopping at the moment. I just had the $120 go out of my account a couple of days ago, so that was a bit weird. And I got an email saying, "Oh, just remind you that the payment for your iPad, and that's got to go out on the 1st of and the broadband, and 1st of the month." And I'm thinking, yeah, it's all right. And then I remember it's like 27th today. It's only a few days away. It's like, oh, great. How on earth am I going to do this? Simplecast. I never use Simplecast, I don't think. Let me have a look at Simplecast. Take the big and bold, £15 a month. They're also growing podcasts in their $35 per month essential plan, £85 a month growth plan, including more advanced analytics, collaborative tools, increasing the number. Simply offer professional anchor. See, this is what worries me. Okay, I've been with a completely free podcast back in the day, as they like to say, long time ago. My stomach's going weird. Not only does it look weird, it sounds weird. Hi, dramatic. Why is Grease lightning? I've been with free things. I will not be held to ransom by a free service. Won't do it. I will not be limited by whether or not they decide to keep going. If they stop, like Anchor, it might be around forever, I don't know. And I used to have stuff on there. I tested them out when they first started. And they were good. They're a good thing. And they seem okay, but I refuse point blank to be involved in anything that's free, because they can just stop what they're doing any time, and they've got there's no recourse, there's no one to talk to, there's no one to complain to, there's nothing you can do, because they hold all the cards. So there you go. So another one is Podient. I've been with them as well. Transistor.fm? No. Lispin. See, Lispin is one of the very first professional podcast hosts. And a lot of the really big, the big podcasts a long time ago, when podcasting kind of started, they were using Libsyn. It's Libsyn. And then podcasting, it took a dip. It looked like people lost interest in it. I think YouTube took over, basically. YouTube and Facebook took over, and podcasting, the energy, the time, I think that people were spending before listening to podcasts, they were now using to watch videos and maybe to be on Facebook, you know. My voice is getting very croaky, isn't it? Well, I am 50, you know. I watched a video of me from 2007. That's nearly 14 years ago. And I swear, man, I was like, hello, my name's Jason Newland, and welcome to this chronic pain relief session. I hope you're well. In fact, I watched the video back from 2000 and probably 2012 actually. This is only 8 years ago again. Hello, how are you? Is everybody okay? Hi. Very, very high pitched voice. Now I sound like a scarecrow. Hello, John. Hey, John. So, so that gives you a little idea of sort of what's going on with my thing. The podcast, the website, damn thing keeps falling down. See, I've got this case. Look, it just keeps falling down. It's not really a case. But it is a case. Yeah, I suppose it's a case. Yeah. Oh, go away. What's going on? Statistics. Oh, cool. It's been a good month. It gets a little bit quiet over Christmas. Always does. And I got a little bit quiet. I didn't make many recordings over the Christmas period. I did. Literally, let's have a look. Did one on the 21st. 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 recordings on the 21st, and then nothing until the 25th. So 25th was, what are you doing? Go away. No. So 25th. Oh, I did do a recording. So I did a recording on the 25th. And then I did a recording this morning on 27th. Sleep Hypnosis Weekly number 61. Both with and without music. Yeah. Did you know? Did you try to tell me you love me? I wonder if I can actually use, because I'm using an app to record this podcast. There's a little bit it'll be thinking, I daren't use the iPad whilst I'm recording using that app, because if I go out the app, it might stop working. Or if I open up another app, that app might stop working, which is very, very likely. It seems to happen with most apps. But again, it might not, don't know. Yeah, that was the whole story. That was it. That was everything. It's just I'd quite like. Oh, what if I've got? I don't use this tablet for much stuff. Well, I do have DSL remote. Would it go into this? Wow. It doesn't though, does it? How can it? So I do need to, I want to make some changes this coming year. I say that every year. And technically I do, or I increase what I'm doing. So I'm fairly sure I've made more recordings this year than I did last year. So I have increased my work. I've moved forward, and I've definitely got a heck of a lot of more downloads this year than I did the year before, and then I did the year before that as well, on the year before that too. So I don't know. Where's my... Okay. Look at me. Oh, can't be bothered. I thought it might have my email on here, but it doesn't. How come? Just goes to show often I come on here, doesn't it? What I do have to use this for is uploading MP3s of my recordings onto my website. Have to use a tablet. Can't use the iPad. Won't allow it. How weird is that? Have to use the tablet. So, oh look. In my area, it's 2 degrees. Feels like -1. Potential disruption due to snow and ice. Oh, I'm feeling a movement down there, honestly. A little bit of a stirring, I'm getting excited. Wow. Please. I'd love it if we had some snow. I would love it. Seriously. I'd be very, very pleased. Very pleased. Ever so pleased. Wow. Oh. 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 I'm just going to have a quick look. Cancel. Come on, give me some wind. Go away. All these, like, every time I go onto a website, a thing comes up. Do you agree to our terms and conditions? No, nobody does. But if the only way I can get rid of you by saying yes, so I can actually look at the page, you're not going to press yes. If I press no, you won't let me have access to your stupid website page, will you? Go away. Anyway. Oh, come on, give me some snow. Give me some snow. I love the snow, baby. Give me some snow. Oh. Let's say, there's a picture here of Celine Dion. And the headline is that she's dancing with a boyfriend or something, and she's very slim. We now know We know we know now what's behind Celine Dion's major weight loss. Heroin? And she looks... I know people that look like her, who had their own special drug diet, as it were, that have like 0 fat content on their body. Almost like walking skeletons, just like me. You know when they fart dust. You know it, don't you? You just know it. You just like, you know it in your head that if they were to fart, it would just be dust. Because as they walk, their hips are probably just cracking together and like breaking. They fart dust. Dust, 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 dust. Blimey, how specific do they need to be? I've got a weather forecast here, and it's going what temperature's going to be each and every hour. Unless you're, I guess, sailing. If you're sailing on a boat, on the river, in the sea, the open sea as opposed to the closed sea, I suppose it would be good to plan around the different hours. So if you know it's going to be stormy at 1 o'clock, then you can avoid that area or try and get through it before. Or if you enjoy a storm, go really slow before you get there. Or maybe you don't like a storm, but you don't like the storm, you don't like the person that's a passenger. Maybe you've had an argument with your partner and they don't like rough water, so you wait until it's stormy and then you go through it and you enjoy that. If people are like that, I don't know. Oh. I hope there's some snow, just for me, not for anyone else. For me. What on earth's going on? Go away. Basically, okay, right. Oh, that's why. Next Christmas, I'm not going to give you my heart. So there. Next Christmas, I'd really like to be somewhere else. Yeah. Really like to be somewhere else. But I need to find somewhere that I can take Andre with me. Because he's probably still got another good 5 years in him. So I need to take him somewhere. But I need to get out of here. It was, I don't want to be here at Christmas if I can help it. I need to get away. In fact, if I had the money, I'd leave now. If I had somewhere to take him. I know he can't do anything anyway. He can't travel anywhere. At the moment. So there is nowhere to go or not, Even if I had the money, I couldn't stay in a hotel. Couldn't rent out a caravan, which is something that I'd quite like to do. Just for a week. Just away. Get away, get down by the sea. That'd be so nice. Just to be away from... It's nice to get away, isn't it? To get away from where you are. Even for those people that love where they are, it's still nice to get away. To have a holiday, to be somewhere different. And then maybe appreciate getting home, back to the things that you used to, you know, your television and your carpet and I don't know, whatever people like about their homes. The chandelier, the wonky Christmas tree. Who knows what it could be? The mice running around, I don't know. The strange sounds from the attic. I don't know, it could be anything. Oh, I missed that. Did I tell you my boiler broke? Yeah, it did. My boiler broke. And then today, there's a wooden thing that just is right underneath the boiler. It's got nothing to do with the boiler. It's just separates the gap in the, blocks off the gap in the cabinet. You know, the whatever it is you want to call it, with the draining board, and there's a bit of flat surface, and then there's a bit of wood, triangle that just fits in. I moved it along, I was going to sort of see, make sure there's no more water dripping. And the whole bit of the boiler just fell onto the cabinet, onto the surface. So what it seems to me, I might be wrong, is the person who come and checked the boiler, he just balanced it. Maybe he stopped the water by balancing this thing, which is pressing on something to stop the water, and he balanced it on this triangle bit of wood, which means he really shouldn't be employed. It's another dodgy person that shouldn't be allowed in anyone's houses. I'm sure that's not the case. I'm just saying, you know, if that was the case. But this bit of metal just fell down. And I don't know why. I don't know why. I want to know why. Why did it... I think it's, you know, having met a lot of people that work in the building industry, you know, over the years, it's hard to know who to trust when it comes to people like that. And just... I don't know if I don't know if he knew what he wasn't here for long. It was leaking. And all he had to say was, yeah, someone else will have to do it. It's broken. The manufacturers of the boiler will have to come out and fix it, because it's still under warranty. I was like, okay, but isn't that your job to fix it? And then, I don't know, get money back from them, or I don't know. I was a little bit confused. Never tell someone that you got herpes on the first date. Let them find out by accident, by banging into one of your exes. Right, so I'm going to go now. Thank you very much for listening to moi. Yeah, and I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go. So, I don't like making videos anymore. I don't like it. You can see my boobies, look. They actually do. They squeeze. If I squeeze them, they make a sound. Weird. Oh, feels quite nice. Ooh. So yeah, I'm going to go. Thank you for being part of this phenomenally successful video. Facebook live broadcast. I've been seen by, thank you, Nick. I've been seen by at least 8 people. So that was nice. 8 people. To be fair though, I haven't really addressed people so much as carried on like a normal podcast, which I don't normally do when I do a live Facebook thing. I'm normally a bit more interactive, so sorry, I forgot. I should have been more interactive. But also have to keep it boring as well, you know. Boring. So thank you for listening. Remember to be kind to yourself, because you do deserve to be happy. Lots of love.